The Outer Worlds is a science fiction RPG shooter developed by Obsidian Entertainment. Released in 2019, the game is set in a sci-fi universe where humanity has colonized beyond Earth. The plot revolves around the star system Halcyon, which, after being colonized by mega corporations, is now on the verge of collapse due to their greed and treachery. The game features all the charm, personality, and humor you'd expect from Obsidian. As a fan of sci-fi, this game is a treat, and I feel like it's an underappreciated gem. There are 68 achievements, including 2 DLCs, and will take at least 2 to 3 playthroughs. I'm attempting to do it all in 2 playthroughs. The list is pretty straightforward, with about a 4 out of 10 difficulty, taking anywhere from 30 to 40 hours to 100%. Now, with all that said, let's get hunting. We start the game inside a giant freezy tube, just chillin'. After being awakened by the eccentric Professor Phineas Wells, we are introduced to the game's character creation process. I'm going with high charm and intelligence for this build, with most stats dumped into dialogue and tech. After this, we are shot into space and crash land on the game's starting planet, getting our first achievement in the process. Welcome to Halcyon, landed in Emerald Vale. After, we get introduced to the game's core mechanics, including tactical time dilation. Think VATS from Fallout. Then we find our ship, where we are introduced to the ship's AI. After some awkward introductions and negotiating, we become the captain of the ship, only to realize our ship is in need of repairs. So we head off into local town to acquire the part. The next achievement comes from meeting our first companion. Companions will be with us throughout the entire game, offering various skills, abilities, and memorable interactions. We are told there is a part we're looking for in the nearby area. However, there are complications, as the area is inhabited by a small settlement of deserters. We are given the option of siding with either faction, the corporate town factory, or the group of disillusioned deserters. With this in mind, we head to the power plant. Along the way, we get achievement for defeating a mega creature. Battling through the power plant and getting to the main controls, I have decided to side with the deserters in this playthrough, because corporations suck. After meeting another companion, we secure the part and install it in our ship, Ticket to Anywhere. Then, we finally lift off and begin our journey. Arriving on the groundbreaker to purchase the ever-important nav key, which will help us reach the next planet, we realize that our personal funds are, very much lacking. So, we take a job and do a little mercenary work. Joining us here are my 2 personal favorite companions, Ellie and Felix. Now, we head over to investigate some strange distress call. Arriving, we see everything has gone to poodoo over what must be a top-secret science weapon of unimaginable value. It's toothpaste.
Not just any diet toothpaste. The ultimate diet toothpaste.
Sorry, diet toothpaste. Well, that makes it worthwhile. Either way, a job's a job, right? After dealing with security, raiders, lots of lizards, and some master negotiation, we acquire the next achievement and our paycheck.
You can't possibly understand the enormity,
allowing us to now buy the nav key to Stellar Bay. Before we leave, we start the Sublight questline, which has an achievement tied to it. Oh, and this is Sam. He, cleans stuff.
I have not been cleaned for far too long. Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly.
Maybe I'll just leave. Gaining the achievement for arriving at Stellar Bay. Fish. Our primary goal is to find the Shadow Broker. Wrong game. Info Broker. So, we recruit our final companion to get that achievement and head out towards the Shadow Broker's lair. Dang it, Info Broker. We use our silver tongue to get the achievement and, info. However, we find out that there's complications to getting our message out due to rival factions of the planet hogging the airwaves. And we're the only ones that can do anything about it. So, we go off to meet the respective leaders of each faction. First up, the MSI and their leader, Sanju. And seriously, talk to this guy. He's fantastic.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review?
He wants us to acquire some technology to help his people, or make himself rich. Either way, we clear out the facility housing said technology. Also, getting the achievement for having 3 flaws. Flaws are permanent debuffs, but give you extra skill points, so choose wisely. After we help him, we gain the achievement for having 75% positive reputation with 3 factions, and as an added bonus, he agrees to stop using the airwaves. Next is the Ion Casts, and their leader, who, getting cult leader vibes here. Anywho, not here to judge, just doing side quests.
Wonderful.
He wants to open a printing press. Yeah, printing press. In space. While his second-in-command suggests we acquire food and supplies. We accomplish both, because we're just that awesome, and as a result, radio silence. Just as we get everything under control, a giant star cruiser crashes into the planet, and both sides want the targeting module, and naturally, civil war breaks out. Here we have 2 options, which I'll be doing both by making timely saves. First is to give it to the Ioncast leader, prompting him to declare an all-out war on Stellar Bay. After battling through the outskirts, we pop Sangier and the achievement. Now, reloading our save, we go for the good ending. After talking to the Ioncast second-in-command, we learn that Graham isn't all he says he is, and has a dark past. So, we confront him, and it goes really well. I'll just take that. After a change of command, Sanjar agrees to negotiate, and after some back and forth, we convince both sides to make peace, getting the achievement as well. Before we leave, we make sure to grab this hat for an achievement later on. We finally meet Phineas Wells face to, glass, where we get our next objective, which is, stealing from the man, I guess.
We've been told this was...
On our way, we stop by Sublight for another task, and trip serious balls to complete our first companion questline. Then, we land at the luxury planet of Byzantium. Starting off, we confront the alien conspiracy and dissolve the situation, ending the Sublight questline.
Contractor.
Now, we need a way into an important politician's office. So, the first step, of course, is to have a couple drinks with the recently promoted head of security and our new best friend.
Hey, you're really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow! You got, like, this crazy energy.
We're good here. I'll just take this and leave. Bye. Using the keycard we are gifted, we enter the office and hack into his private computer. Here, we discover the board's dastardly plan to put everyone on ice. Literally, like freezing everyone to save money. Grabbing the achievement, we switched gears temporarily from galactic importance to become a movie star, wowing everyone with our incredible acting and improv skills.
Well, well, here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable.
Can I shoot someone? Wait, are we the good guys or the bad guys? Doesn't matter. I want to shoot someone.
Cut! That's fantastic.
Now that we're a big-time star, we go back to our top-secret mission to steal what Phineas wanted. After returning to him, we hatch a plan to save the colony by stealing a dreadnought cruiser with some of the most brilliant minds on it, in freezy tubes, naturally of course. With their help, the colony will be able to resist the board's corruption. At this point, I decided to knock out several achievements. This one for maxing a skill to 100. Then for enjoying a healthy meal. Another for being completely dripped out. Then for surviving a robot invasion. Ludwig was right, brought robo-destruction to Edgewater.
Luck keep you, soldier.
And then we finish all companion quests by helping Ellie get rich off her family. With all these out of the way, it's time to play through the DLC stories. Murder on Eridanos plays out like an old-time detective show, where Halcyon's finest actress has been, well, as the name suggests, murdered. First, we are contacted by local authorities because of our unprecedented reputation for completing quests. Grabbing this achievement, we land on Eridanos, and after making brief introductions, we are equipped with the discrepancy amplifier. which will allow us to see hidden clues in the environment and acquire another achievement. Then, after some masterful detective work...
Oh no, Captain, please don't taste the dirt, and I'm too late. Good work, Inspector.
We have our first lead.
Captain!
But first, we have to check out our sweet crib and meet the planet's administrator. He's the one in charge here, so we will be reporting to him throughout the investigation. Our investigation leads us out to the vineyards, where the locals are, well...
Sweet hello there, valued visitor.
Out here, we earn the level 30 achievement by battling bugs and robots while searching for clues. After this, we begin work on the next achievement, requiring us to thoroughly interrogate all suspects.
Of course.
Gaining another achievement in the process for playing good cop, bad cop. After rigorously interrogating everyone, we have gathered all the evidence we need to blame somebody.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Naturally, we choose the administrator, because, well, why not? Oh, hey, it worked. I just wanted to accuse him for laughs. On our way to confront his evil master plan, we pick up 2 of the 3 special weapons needed for the achievement, and proceed to enter Arkham City. Remember the actress from earlier? Well, she's alive, so we, rescue her. Wait.
Sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me.
Realizing in the process of our escape, the administrator wants to unleash an army of very violent, though kinda happy people upon the planet. Escaping, we return and hatch a plan to stop the madness, happiness, outbreak. Kind of impressing our new friend in the process, she gives us the final special weapon for the achievement. Our plan involves us building a device to release antitoxins into the planet. On our way to collect the ingredients, we get the achievement for eliminating 50 infected. That's a good thing, right? After assembly, it's time to detonate this bad boy, choosing to cure the planet for the achievement. Now, we battle our way to confront the administrator. And we find him being weird, of course. Now, we have to deal with this thing. Boss fight time. Finally, defeating the Slug Queen, we wrap up on Eridanos. Hey, I'm kind of a big star myself, so, if you ever want to hang out... Boarding our ship, we get the final achievement for completing DLC number 1. Peril on Gorgon begins with us receiving a mysterious package, which turns out to be a cryptic message from mercenary Lucky Montoya. Deciding to investigate, we head to Gorgon and make introductions with Lucky's, former employer. She explains that her mother led a research team for Spacer's Choice, and everything went horribly wrong and she wants us to sort it out. After deciding to take the job, and Felix being cringe.
Alright, Miss Ambrose? Must get awful lonesome up here all by yourself.
He is? Oh dear.
We start our investigation of an old Spacer's Choice research facility. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Get out of here, boy. We've seen enough.
I'm washing my memory out with a...
Poking around, we realize some pretty messed up stuff had been happening. And before we get the answers we need, we are locked out of further access. So we pick up an important journal and leave. Gaining access inside the facility requires us to leave Gorgon and question 3 members of the old Spacer's Choice team. Doing so gives us the clearance needed to access all the dirty little secrets inside.
We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice.
Spacer's Choice was creating and shipping toxic and addictive substances disguised as stamina-restoring aid. Who would do such a thing? Switching gears quickly, we get several achievements done before finishing the DLC. One for, poor sportsmanship. turning 100 enemies into hot ash piles, defeating enemies under the effects of N-rays, killing robots with shock damage, lightening the load a little, gaining all special weapons of the DLC, finding Lucky, and yes, save scumming the collectibles because I'd already spent hours wandering around. And we have a game to finish after all. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated, seeing as I don't want to play the whole game and DLC 3 more times. We will have to utilize some key save points and pick wildly different options to gain all story achievements. First involves popping everyone in the head, powering the reactor, making a speedy delivery for this not shady businessman, gaining us 3 achievements in the process. Reloading, the second choice is to battle through hordes of OP robots and destroy the research facility completely. Then, the third option is to get both sides to reconcile and work towards a peaceful solution. Remember the lady and her mother? Well, it's complicated, but we get them all on the same page eventually. Didn't that make sense? Anyway, it's a wrap on DLC number 2. Now the DLCs are finished, it's time to knock out a bunch of random achievements before we move on. First, we're wearing all Spacer's Choice attire. Then, 50 kills with a tossball stick. Yes, these are the residents of the Groundbreaker. Deal with it. Having 75% negative reputation with 3 factions, improving our gear 30 times through tinkering, defeating an enemy under the effects of 4 science weapons, killing an enemy that was hit by all 5 damage types, getting a science weapon sneak attack, 50 kills with companion abilities, which took me half the game to realize were available, and using the medical inhaler 300 times. Now, it's time to finish the fight. Landing on the Dreadnought cruiser, we patch our AI through the system, meet Captain Mustachio, and pick up a very handy disguise, which will help us wander through the ship. Here, we get the achievement for succeeding 3 dialogue checks in 1 disguise. Arriving at the critical decision point of the story, skipping the hope. I choose the good path and continue to stick it to the man. Gaining another achievement in the process. After skipping the hope, our buddy Phineas has been arrested by the board. We arrived too late to help him, so we search through his personal stuff instead. Then come up with an idea to save Phineas and the colony. But before that, team bonding. Getting the achievement for landing on Tartarus, which just so happens to be a giant prison planet. Oh, joy. We infiltrate the giant prison. However, using the disguise we acquired, it's actually kind of chill. Yep, nothing to see here, just walking by. Let's go on. Hey. Oh look, it's the chairman. Loser. Here, we encounter the final boss, which is no joke, but what's really annoying are the pesky drones swarming everywhere. Ugh, get away from me. After winning the fight, we pick up the key card and go rescue the professor. After some exposition, which I'm a breeze through because I don't want to spoil the game, we finally complete the game. But we're not done yet, sitting at 62 of 68 achievements. Now, this is where the fun begins. Here are the eyes of a man who knows no fear at all, or any form of intelligence. Since all I had left was 1 melee achievement, I decided to focus on a melee build, which definitely won't come back to bite me later and cause me to respec many times. Using a low intelligence character build for, well, the dumb playthrough. Yes, that's a feature and I highly recommend it. I'll explain more why later. This playthrough, I'm trying to nab a couple of story achievements we missed last time, so we'll choose a different path now. First, we turn the power off on the deserters and convince them to return to the town. And as soon as we get to the Groundbreaker, we rat Phineas Wells to the board. But in order to continue, we need to buy this guy's seal back? What? The first major roadblock on this difficulty is credits. This took hours of grinding. I'm not going to show it here because it involves all the stuff we've seen before. Anyway, we finished the job again, allowing us to this time purchase the seal. Doing so buys us a meeting with higher-ups on the board. They ask us to complete a job to prove our loyalty, which has us hunting down and dealing with the cartographer, picking up the missable story achievement along the way. Then we progress to Stellar Bay as usual, and have to reach the info broker again. This part was the next major roadblock I could not get past. No matter what I tried, I could not get into the tower. I would keep getting shredded on this difficulty. One of the reasons being I was trying to speed through this playthrough, so I was very underleveled. This took hours to get in. Then finally, I made it through. Talking to info broker, then leaving, only to realize I never completed the task, so back to running through it again. Yay! After this, I got the final missable story achievement, just from talking. Now it was time to finish the run. Here is where selecting low intelligence comes into play. As stated before, a low intelligence character unlocks dumb dialogue options, which allows us to do a secret ending by skipping the hope ourselves. And, as you can imagine, it goes really well. Sunburn. My plan here was for it to be my final achievement and do a cleverly edited ending that was all like, whoa dude, great ending. But turns out you don't actually get the achievements for beating the game on Hard and Supernova with this ending. Oh no, I actually have to finish this playthrough. Now I would actually have to beat this game with my scuffed, low-level build. Hahaha. So, loading up the save, we progressed through the prison planet again. Fortunately, it was pretty easy again, just walking through the level, until the final boss. There was no way I was going to beat the final boss being so underleveled and weak. I had to respec so many times trying to figure something out because I was getting one-shotted instantly. Then I remembered I could hack into the control room and destroy the robot without fighting. So, more respecking to open the door. Once inside, we find the computer. Oh. More respecking. Okay, now we're good. Boom. Oh, it doesn't destroy him. Well, haha, awkward. However, on another try, I ran out and wildly hit him while he was stunned. Yes! Victory! Haha! Here are the final two achievements pop. Now, time for that clever ending to this video. Oh wait, there's one more achievement left? Are you kidding me? Okay, I was really struggling with stealth kills, so I decided to try wiping out an entire town and spaceport to get the kills. Don't judge me, okay? I grinded for quite a while in this fashion. I was so into the grind slog that I didn't even see or hear the final achievement pop. Right here. Clear as day. Right here. So I grinded out for another 40 minutes, and it was to the point of giving up in defeat since I had no way to track this achievement. When I opened up my achievement tab and well, yeah, I had gotten it a long time ago. So there it is, 100% on the Outer Worlds, officially completed. As for my clever outro,